I'm Greg Jarrett. You're in the strategy room. Hillary Clinton is claiming the title of presumptive Democratic nominee today after the Associated Press reported that the former Secretary of State has indeed reached the 2,383 delegates needed to clinch the nomination. This as rival Bernie Sanders digs in still for a primary fight in contests today in states including California and New Jersey. But already endorsements are pouring in for Clinton, including one from House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, and reports suggest President Obama will be next to publicly announce his support for her candidacy and will hit the campaign trail on her behalf. Here now to talk about it, Democratic strategist David Mercer. Also with us, Robert O'Brien, who is author of While America Slept, Restoring American Leadership to a World in Crisis. Welcome to you both. David, there's word that President Obama may actually use tomorrow's speaking engagement that he has in New York to formally endorse Hillary Clinton. And he's apparently quite eager to take direct aim at Donald Trump in language that he has held in abeyance for a while. How powerful of an advocate could he be?
I think a very powerful advocate, a two-term Democratic president setting a record behind Bill Clinton. You've had two consecutive Democrats win two consecutive terms, and they'll both be out on the stump, I presume, campaigning for what is likely to be the next Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton. And I think both his poll numbers are up. They're above 50, 52%. The economy has certainly recovered. There's more to go, but certainly...
Yeah, that jobs report was not good.
Well, for the last 72 months, they've been very good, especially in contrast to the last Republican president we had.
Right.
So I think it would be a very added force with President Obama endorsing the Secretary of State.
Robert, look, nobody's got a bigger megaphone than the President of the United States. You know, when he talks, people listen. And in fact, they may be listening more now because, as David appropriately points out, he's no longer underwater in his approval ratings. They're above 50%. Could President Obama do some serious damage to Donald Trump?
I don't think so. By the way, congratulations to Secretary Clinton on clinching the Democratic nomination. It's a hard fought thing to go through a primary and win a nomination. So congratulations to her on that victory yesterday, at least with the pledge delegates and the superdelegates putting her over the top. Unfortunately for her, President Obama has not had any coattails. He's been a disaster for the Democratic Party since he took over. You have 30 Republican governors. He lost the House. He lost the Senate. While he remains personally popular, no doubt, he has had no coattails. He hasn't been able to transfer his charisma and his voters to other Democrats. And I think that's going to be the same here for Hillary Clinton. She just isn't, for better or for worse, a very likable candidate. He'll raise money for her, but I don't think he's going to be able to bring voters to the polls for Secretary Clinton. And so I just don't see I see the endorsement as something that everyone expected, and quite frankly, as a big nothing. I don't think he's going to bring his voters or his coalition to Secretary Clinton.
David, the New York Times is reporting today that, you know, President Obama was personally offended, or has been personally offended, by the very caustic and divisive remarks made by Donald Trump. And in particular, the president may still harbor some resentment for Trump pushing the so-called birther conspiracies. Does that just add fuel to the fire in the belly of President Obama on the campaign trail?
I don't think so, and there may be those Republicans who might want to think that, but nonetheless, and with regard to Robert's statement, you know, look, we are in talking about a president that of whom Mitch McConnell said he was bound to make a one-term president. He's defied that. He has been reelected, and I believe will have an amazing impact. And again, it's hard to go after the president, as the Republicans have tried to do, to neutralize him, as they may have in midterm elections before this. But he's not running again, and he's at 52% in the polls, and we're sitting on a economic recovery that, in the face of obstruction, was still achieved after Republicans tried to thwart it.
Robert, last question to you. Could President Obama help Hillary Clinton in a couple of demographics that she desperately needs, young people and independent, especially in the key swing states, and in turn, take that away from Donald Trump?
Well, that's what he's going to try and do, and David's right. I mean, if President Obama was on the ticket, he'd have a much better shot at beating Donald Trump than Hillary Clinton will. The problem that Hillary Clinton has, I spoke with one of our interns yesterday. She's from Princeton, and she said just all of her friends who are very liberal, they just don't like Hillary Clinton. They all like Bernie Sanders. She said anyone at the college, there's just no support for young people for Secretary Clinton, and I think that's different for President Obama. Yeah. So, look, can he turn out the African-American voters? Can he turn out young voters? Can he turn out Hispanic voters like he did for himself? That's what she needs, but it's unclear whether he can transfer his personal charisma and his his poll numbers to Secretary Clinton. I think that remains to be seen.
Well,
and so far he hasn't been able to do so.
Well, if you take Bernie Sanders out of the equation, then the question becomes, do those young people gravitate to Hillary Clinton, albeit reluctantly? Got to leave it there, guys. Robert O'Brien, David Mercer, good to see you both. Thanks for being here. For complete coverage of the 2016 election, go to foxnews.com. I'm Greg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.